follow up.
Okay, so yeah, so speaking about boundaries, actually, because you know what?
Oh, look at that transition.
Shut the
bro.
fuck up. Because at the very least, she said the boundary that she had a boyfriend. She walked away. She probably didn't have a boyfriend, but who gives a fuck?
No,
right?
she does. She does.
Whatever. So no, not that. I'm talking about when I was in the
Oh,
picture.
okay.
So basically, last week, which by the way is our most viewed podcast already, has like 60 views. That's what's up. Thank you guys so much. We also passed 10 subscribers. Bro, we're going viral real quick.
Real quick.
So I think our best topic last week was about how there's boundaries between guys with girlfriends and girls with boyfriends, right? And we were talking about it, and that same night we were going to our friend's house to go drinking, whatever. And I'm gonna let Noah take the floor from there.
All right. So I watched it back because I knew we were gonna talk about it. Like I watched our last podcast, that bit. I watched it back. Literally every single thing that we said crosses the line. This chick did. Like she said, like we said, okay. Once there's like the physical touching, not a hug. Like talk about like on the leg, on the shoulder, on the arm.
Any hand to body movement that's not like over the shoulder.
Right. So we're at this party. There's this chick. I met her a few times. We're pretty close. I mean, we get along and stuff. But she flirts with me, and I flirt back because, come on. But
shut the fuck up.
We flirted like the whole night. And she's doing the whole leg touching and all this and asking me whatever.
It got to the point where like, okay, so what's it called? So me and Noah got to the party early, and we were just hanging out with the homeowner watching some UFC. She came not too far after us, and she started like talking to him about UFC, right? And I was
Which
like,
is sick.
And I was like fucking dope, right? But the whole night, you could always see her talking to him, not necessarily Noah talking to her, but the other way around, at least, to the point where I went on the balcony with a couple friends just to go for a smoke, and Noah and the girl came, and when they were talking to each other, we all went back inside. We all thought they were gonna hook up right there, right?
Did you? That's what I was thinking.
I fully thought that you were gonna hook up, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
Like without saying a word.
I wouldn't try to do it.
Without saying a word, we all just got up and went back inside while they were talking, right? Because we all thought they were gonna hook up, and they didn't. So I go to Noah.
Because I'm a respectful man.
Yeah, but
and she also wouldn't do it. But anyways.
Bullshit. I'm sorry. I think she would. But I'm sorry if you're seeing this a little too far. But basically they didn't hook up, and I go to Noah like a little bit later, and I'm like, hey, why haven't you sealed the deal yet, bro? What's going on? Tell me what she told you. Oh, sorry. Tell me.
All right. So I think what happened. Yeah. So I know she has a boyfriend, so I wasn't gonna make any moves.
Nobody else knew.
Like everybody knew.
No.
Everyone knows her there.
The majority of people there who weren't like your ex roommates, I don't think they knew because they all thought the same as me. They're all like, yo, why aren't they hooking up? What we didn't know.
Maybe.
Okay, what half the party didn't know, she was in a relationship for 4 years.
She is in a relationship.
Sorry, is. Not 1, 2, 3, not 5, 4 years, okay?
4 years. So anyways,
it's a long time.
So we're talking on the balcony, whatever. We're flirting still, whatever. Okay. We go inside. So I ask her. I'm like, what's going on here? Because clearly it's not nothing, right? She goes, well, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on. And I'm like, I have no idea, right? I'm like, what? And she goes, well, clearly we have some sexual tension. Now, when a girl says that and she's in a relationship,
get the fuck out of there.
I break up with her. I
would break up with her on the spot.
Nah. The thing is, we don't know because we haven't been in like such a long-term relationship to the point where you trust them completely.
That's not an if and or but, okay? She clearly said sexual tension, which means she thought about fucking you.
Yeah.
That means she thought about fucking you. Now imagine this. Sorry, I gotta interject.
I mean, okay, if you're married, you can still think about like banging,
somebody else. Do you say it though?
No.
Thank you.
Unless it's like a celebrity, like your past, kind of your like one time past.
That's
thing.
A game that you talk to yourself. Yeah. That will never happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And if it does, no matter what, you're still breaking.
It's like, I get to fuck Ariana Grande if I get the chance. Kind of thing.
We got to preface, right? They're not in an open relationship, these two. At least from what we can tell, right?
Yeah, they're
not. Imagine he was beside her when they were talking. Do you think she would say that?
No shot. And she was trying to convince me, like, if it's not literally fucking making out or having sex, everything else is okay. And I was like, oh yeah.
The moment that Noah told me, so like I was already like I didn't realize that she was dating at that point. So I already saw, yo, Noah got a girlfriend who likes UFC. She's gonna come over for UFC. We're gonna whatever. Like I'm already thinking that, right? You know me. I overthink. I'm like, I'm already. Oh, yo, next week she'll be on mine with you or whatever. You guys will be fucking watching UFC and then doing some UFC in the bedroom after. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'll put her in a triangle.
Yeah. You'll put her in an Imanari rolled heel hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Knee bar.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm already thinking that, and then she told that she has a boyfriend. The moment that she said that, I'm like, yo, like in my head, I'm like, even if she stops dating him, you're not allowed to date her. And I didn't say that. I'm like, you know what? Just wait a few weeks, whatever. But she's in a relationship for 4 years, and she's thinking about touching you. Somebody else would homework, right? Somebody else would.
Yeah. Except I grew out of that phase.
Sure.
What do you mean?
No, I'm not disagreeing. It's the way you said that. I was like, okay, buddy, that's a little weird. But imagine you're in a relationship for 6 months. I definitely think that she would cheat. If after 4 years she thought about sexual tension.
Yeah.
And you weren't even really flirting. She came to you the whole time.
I mean, that's not the first time that has happened. Like she came to our university a few times.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
Well, it was more or less kind of the same thing. Where it was like very touchy and flirty and all that stuff. So
I don't know. It's like it's disrespectful. You know what I mean?
It is disrespectful.
Like you guys remember last week we talked about this, right? It's like if we think that there's an issue with a girl or a guy putting their hand on a girl's fucking knee like this, imagine going up to someone and being like, "Yo, I thought about fucking you, but I thought about it." You know what I mean? Like, because that's what sexual tension is, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yo, I thought about laying the pipe down on you.
Yeah.
There's so much sexual tension. Like,
that's what I mean. Where it's like people think. I come from the perspective of when crossing the line, of that situation where it's like I've only met you a few times. As soon as you start flirting, that's kind of what I envision. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, it's like I'm allowed to flirt with other people. I'm in a long-term relationship. I'm still human. It's fine. But like, from my perspective, it's like, you know, you give me fucking one thing of bait and I bite onto it kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Like maybe other people, you know, maybe they're flirting and it's like, it's fine. Right?
Okay.
Like small little things. Oh, you're so pretty. It's fine. Right? But like for me, what I see is like what you saw there.
Yeah.
It's like that is only like the third time that I've like hung out with
like
her.
Imagine you went to school with her and you've been good friends with her.
Yeah.
Like,
so I don't know.
Because if she's willing to say that after knowing you a handful of times, seeing you a handful of times, imagine what she's willing to say if she's comfortable around you.
Yeah. I mean, she's clearly comfortable around me, but
okay, more comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I do legitimately think that if you went to school with her, she would have popped her pussy for you already.
No.
While being in a relationship. And you would have been like, no, because you're a respectful guy.
Yeah.
But she would have definitely tried to fuck you.
Nah, I don't know about that, but
I'm so, like, maybe that's just my way of thinking about it, where it's like, I've literally like
I don't think she would cheat, but her definition of cheating is much different than ours.
I don't know. I definitely think that the second that you cross even just a verbal line, you're willing to do the physical shit as well.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget.
I agree, but hers is not that.
I don't know, because the way I see it, like, she literally talked to you 3 times over fucking 3 years or some shit, and every single time she hit on you, like, if you went to fucking class with her, and, you know what I mean, and like you see her all the time, I think something might be different. I'm not saying her specifically. I'm saying most people, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been in a short-term relationship where after just a few weeks they tell me that they cheated on me, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
I'm like,
for a few weeks.
I'm like it's like one of those girls where like after a week, oh my god, I love you so much, and I'm just like, don't smother me.
Yeah.
Like, relax. And then she's like, oh, I was vulnerable one weekend when you were at work as a fucking bus boy. Like, not like fucking out of town, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm down the street.
And I
As you guys may have known from our previous podcasts, there was a girl that we talked about that crossed boundaries.
Boundaries part 3, baby.
Oh, yeah, we're back on it. So I didn't know she was coming to this surprise party, but she was there. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go again, right?
But
there was a little kicker this time, and that was her boyfriend was there. So, this time was completely different. We talked here and there, but it was nowhere close to the same thing.
She literally, I'm not even joking. Like, if we're talking about last week hanging out with her and this week, last week she was literally around you 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I think she talked to me more than you.
Yeah.
And
It was definitely clear.
And I said maybe 2 words to her last week.
Yeah. The thing is, it was an eye-opening experience. Because if she's like that when her boyfriend's around, I'm going to kind of hold back next time kind of thing. You know?
Of course, yeah.
It's not like, when the boyfriend's not there, never met him. Now I met him, and he's like, seems like a solid dude. I wouldn't push anything.
I mean,
kind of thing.
Here's my whole thing about it, right? So she said it's not cheating if you don't do anything physical with the other person, right?
Yeah.
Like any of the bases pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she was with her boyfriend this weekend, she barely said a word to you. So in my head,
she said, like, we talked, but not anywhere close to the same
so
thing.
I don't think she practiced what she preached in a sense. Whereas like next time you see her and she's not with her boyfriend, she'll probably talk to you more, and then in your head you're like, but if your boyfriend was here, you wouldn't talk to me like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's a little bit sketch on that end, but we are respectful men over here.